been progressing? Obviously, you're doing a lot of heavy lifting, trying to get some yardage, but you're out there getting reps and experience.
Yeah, I think it's progressing well. We're right where we need to be. I mean, we're gonna continue to get better. We've gotten better, and it starts with me. Like, I gotta continue to get better on my reads and everything, and really get things going.
There's a statistic out there, Ashton, that you've dealt with the most contact to get your yards at like literally 101%. Have you seen these stats, and how do you think you've performed despite that?
I mean, I've heard people saying it, but I'm not really paying attention to it. But I think regardless, no matter of the fact, like, I think I've been doing a good job, but there's a lot of room for improvement, and that will continue to happen.
How do you start that progression and continuing that, especially with like the mental space? We're talking with Gino about sometimes it takes like just having that mental space to be able to progress. How do you see that working with your progression in the NFL?
It's a mindset to me. It's like, you can either look at the negative all the time and what you did wrong, and just take it as you're not good enough, you can't make these plays, or you can look at it as a learning lesson of like, hey, I made these mistakes, but I can learn from these and be better. That rule of like, don't make the same mistake twice. So just taking that responsibility and initiative to get better and improve.
How much does it help you to have a veteran like Gino to be able to speak with and work with through some of these things?
It helps a lot. I mean, Gino, he's a great leader. He's been playing at a high level, and he's bringing us all along, whether it's mentally or through the X's and O's. So it's great to have somebody like that.
Chicago doesn't blitz a ton, but what have you seen from them defensively in terms of how they try and attack you guys offensively in the passing game?
Yeah, I mean, they're an aggressive, tackling team. We got a lot of great guys on the defense. I think they'll do a good job in the passing game, but I definitely think, us and with what we've been doing, the guys we got at receiver, we can definitely take advantage.
Through 3 career games in the NFL, what has the adjustment been like when it comes to pass protection?
I'd say just recognizing, what's happening quicker, you know what I'm saying? And so that, when the ball snaps, you know exactly who you got. There's no hesitation, because guys are coming off that ball quick. But at the same time, the ball does get out a lot quicker. But yeah, I think just recognizing, executing it, and guys a little more physical, you could say, but I just think it just comes down to fundamentals and details and technique.
What does it mean for you when you get to lower your shoulder and hit someone? Because you're a physical running back. You're not that finesse dude. You're that physical dude.
I mean, setting the tone. That's what it is. Like, the style of playing and the identity of us as a team. Like, we're gonna be a physical football team, and I feel like it starts with me in the run game. Setting that tone, and then throughout the course of the game, guys aren't gonna want to tackle you if you bring that, and then that's when you set it up to be able to make guys miss.
Ashton, obviously it comes with the territory, being a prominent player in the league, but did you see Ryan Clark's comments on ESPN at all?
I haven't seen anything. Don't really care what anybody has to say about me anyways, so it's cool.
We were talking about veterans and leadership. When you have a guy like Raheem Mostert in the locker room, like, what does that relationship do to help you grow?
Yeah, it's a great relationship. Obviously, he's been in the league for a long time. He's done it at a high level, led the league in touchdowns, rush touchdowns at some point. So that's a guy I'm definitely listening to, taking notes from him, whether it's on the field or off the field. I got a ton of respect for him.
Without giving too much away, is there any piece of advice that he's given you that you can share with us?
I feel like I've been asked this before, but I think from him it's just like, bro, play free, have confidence in yourself, and then so you can stay on the field, make sure you take care of your body.
Speaking of taking care of your body, Chip Kelly was talking about load management and being able to keep you fresh throughout an entire season. What were your thoughts on that, and just obviously going into a fourth quarter and not feeling like your body's taking a toll?
Yeah, I mean, whatever the coaches, the guys leading us think is best for us and the team, I'm all for it. Doesn't matter, so I'm willing to do whatever it takes for the team to win. And, it feels good, I'll say, to be, fresh coming into the fourth quarter, definitely.
That drive where you guys tied it at 10, you kind of got some lanes and were opening things up a bit there. What stood out to you just about what you guys did on that drive that maybe could be glimpses for what the offense could be?
I mean, I made the right reads. O-line, came off the ball, made great blocks, and then I think, staying up, like being efficient on first and second down, right? So we stayed out of those third and longs. I think that will really help us moving forward because we got into a lot of those situations last night.
How's it for you learning the offensive line, learning how the kind of their style of blocking, and also them learning you?
Yeah, I mean it's an everyday thing of building chemistry, and it doesn't happen overnight. So it's continuing to communicate with them and them communicating, me telling them what I see and them telling me what they see, and that's only going to make us better as a team.
There were some mock drafts out there that had you pegged to the Bears. That was one of the more popular spots for you. I mean, is there any kind of added motivation, just kind of like, you didn't end up lasting until the Bears, but just, having that mentality?
I mean, I wouldn't say any extra. I mean, I'm ready to play football, man. I'm ready to go dominate from whoever it is.
All right, thanks, Ashton.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.